quick survival test with the Scrambler, Hyper Scrambler 2, battery duration with lights. Something I thought about, guys, with these e-bikes. If you were in a real survival situation, you get out somewhere, you crash, you break your leg, the bike becomes unfunctional, but the battery still works. How long does the head unit give you in an emergency situation? So battery life intrigues me, guys. I'm pretty familiar with Model X Plaid, Model S Plaid, how to set up different batteries. Yeah. We are a solar powered farm. We actually got more solar panels coming. So this is what I'm thinking, right? Again, you're out with this bike, Hyper Scrambler 2, you got 2 batteries, you're a couple miles, 10, 15 miles into the ride, and the bike breaks, you get severely injured. How long can that headlight assembly last? So this is the plan. All right, guys, as you can clearly see, 100% full battery. Front battery will stay on, rear battery will stay on. And the goal, for those of you who don't know, is that when this is in running mode, it has a little LED signature headlamp right there. Shockingly, that headlamp on that bike, I'm not gonna lie, guys, is almost as nice, probably not, but almost as nice as the headlamp on a G63. So anyway, the front headlamp stays on, the rear brake light stays on. However, what we're gonna do is this, we're gonna say, well, that is very bright. I mean, you can see that from a long duration away. I know that can stay on all day with no problems. What we're gonna do, we're gonna park this in the shed, 'cause it's gonna be too damn bright. We're gonna leave the high beams on, which is right here, which is hella bright. See if it'll focus on that. And we're gonna leave that on basically all night. It is 7:30 p.m. right now. We're gonna park it in the shed over there. We're gonna check on it at about 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow. We're gonna measure the battery, and we're gonna see if this can easily do 12 hours, which I know it can, but I wanna see just how much degradation of the battery comes from 12 hours with the high beams running nonstop. We got this bad boy turned around. Guys, we love this bike. The juiced Hyper Scrambler 2s, the battery life is insane. The distance is insane. Everything about the bike is insane. Now what we're gonna do is, we are going to park the bike inside one of the sheds right here. I'm gonna face the lights forward. Basically, I don't want a super bright light outside nighttime. It's gonna mess me up. So get this bad boy parked in here real quick. We're gonna park it right here, and we're gonna leave it with the high beams on. And again, guys, we are at a 100% full state of charge right now, as topped off as the battery can get. And brake light's gonna also stay activated. There's no way around that. And yeah, we're gonna put her to bed. We're gonna check her in the morning, and we're gonna see how she does. So again, the purpose of it, guys, you're on one of these bikes. These bikes have incredible ranges. The Hyper Scrambler 2 has a 100-mile range. So let's say you're 100 miles into your trip, or let's just say you're 50 miles into the trip, and a severe injury, accident, something happens, but the bike is still there, the headlight still works. Let's try to figure out approximately how long you have access to that headlight before she runs out. All right, guys, we'll do a quick late night check-in on our batteries here. Got some lights coming on pretty quick. Big old toad right there. Right, come on, Pop. W. Oh, man. All right, guys, give us a second here. And let there be light. Lights up pretty nice, don't it? Leave that toad alone. Come here. Hey. See the toad right there? Hold on. Make sure this toad lives for the next 30 seconds. That's my boy. Good dog. Come on, Tops. All right, so let's check the battery here. It's about 5 hours after we started. Clearly, the light's still on. Let's take a gander. In about 4 hours, we have no measurable degradation at all. The light or the battery. Still rocking. So that's cool, guys. So we're 4 hours in, and there is no change right now at all in what the battery is reading or anything else. We see some high-tech redneck stuff. Look at them lights. High-tech redneck. But anyway, again, what we're measuring for is, he's still on. Come on, Pop, let's go. What we're measuring for right now is to figure out how much light we can have in a true emergency situation. So we'll check back in the morning, go from there, find out about this battery. All right, guys, it's 07 in the morning. Sun's up. Let's go check on this light, see what happens. My guess is like 1 to 2% measurable loss, so maybe that's like 10%. 10% on the readout loss. I don't know. We'll find out here in just a second. I promise you that. Well, clearly, the light's still on and the high beam is still rocking. Let's flip this bad boy around. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Stand by. All right, so we definitely have measurable loss. I believe we're missing 2 bars. So if we went 2 and we went 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 would be 10. So we just lost 2. So literally we lost 20% of energy. But that was from 07. I'm sorry, hold on. That was from basically 1900, 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. So that's 12 hours it's rocking. I got to go work. I got to go to the shop today and run some dogs. I'm going to leave it on. And we're going to leave it sit right there. Button it up. Is it still on? Yes, sir. And we're going to see what happens. And I'm going to check it again at 7 o'clock tonight for basically a 24-hour run just to see that if we were in an emergency situation, basically how long will the lights last. And I think if those batteries can give us a 24-hour high beam cycle and then still have over 50% battery remaining, and we're going to test that obviously when I come home this evening. 50% battery on that bike with you pedaling a little bit, just a little bit of pedaling, will get you well over 50 miles of range. So if that'll give you like 50 miles of range and still give you a 24-hour high beam discharge, that's pretty cool. Just got home, guys, at 7 p.m. following day. Let's go check this light and see where 24 hours high beam on, how we're doing, man. So again, emergency situation, you crash, the bike flips, something crazy happens, you're on a perimeter, you need a mobile light source. It's on. Let's check this out and see what happened. All right, so high beam is obviously still on full. High beams, they're all on. And let's take a gander. All right, 24, that's about 50%. So again, there's 10 bars. We still have 4, so we'll say that's right, 40% power remaining. So again, this has now been on for over 24 hours on a high beam. So to me, that's a win, man. If you can go 24 hours with high beam on after driving around for 50-mile range and you still have approximately 24 hours of high beam. Now, the real question would be, and then the emergency situation, switching back and forth from high beam to low beam, right? So again, low beam is right there. It's just a glow, but the low beam is still bright. But whether you go to low beam or high beam in an emergency situation. And one thing to remember, guys, it's not just that front high beam that was going off the entire time, but it's also the rear LED and the white LED. So rear LED reds, front LED high beams, it's all on for 24 hours. Use about 60% of stored energy. And I think that's a win, man. I think that's a real win. Not missing a dog somewhere here. Tops. Oh, there he is. All right, guys, we're going to get home, enjoy the rest of this day, see what these bad boys are doing. So we're going to do a lot of tests, man, with this Scrambler 2 double battery platform. The one thing that really got me thinking in my prior life, my old career, was those things have a tremendous resource as a perimeter tool. They are easy to transport, super light, have an amazing head beam, like an automotive grade high beam headlamp on it. They're whisper quiet, they make no noise. They can handle a tremendous amount of weight. So think about on a tactical situation, using those things as perimeter tools, right? You could literally drag equipment in, load somebody down. They could be pumped full of stuff, get in quiet, drop it off, get back. And then when the bike is in position and command calls for it, activate the